Hi, I'm Johnny B. Welcome back to MISD Sports Talk as we take a look at the upcoming 2014 season. We're highlighting volleyball, and it's our pleasure to highlight now the McKinney Boyd Broncos and welcome Coach Kelly Arbabi. Coach, good to see you.
Thank you.
You have pretty much set a standard at Boyd with a strong program, being a state finalist, semifinalist. So everybody who comes into this program knows the bar is raised when you're playing volleyball at Boyd.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've kind of set the our reputation is now preceding us, and I think that's, you know, a testament to all the players that have come through. So it's going to be a good year. I think that we're standing on the shoulders of a lot of players in the past and a lot of good teams. So hopefully we'll have the same success this year.
You had a great run last year, 32-10. Yes. But I always have to bring this up. A little bit of a shock in the second round, a loss in the second round of the playoffs that everybody thought was kind of an upset. Mm-hmm. Have you used that as motivation going into this season, saying like, hey, we had a great season, but there's still some unfinished business for Boyd?
You know, we've definitely talked about it, but it's definitely one of those things that the past is the past. I think that we lost to Rockwall Heath, and they came out ready to go because we had made the state tournament the 2 years prior, and it was, you know, basketball calls it March Madness, we call it November Madness, and it's just things happen, and they came ready to play that day. But I definitely think that the returning players have some fire in their bellies now to go further than we did last year.
When you have a successful program like you have, do you feel and do you communicate to your players like, hey, look, everybody looks on the schedule and says, oh, McKinney Boyd, we need to beat them?
Absolutely. I mean, everyone knows that, you know, when we walk into a gym, we have a bullseye on our back. But along with that, everyone that we play is also can be, you know, aware of who they're playing. You know, you have Amarillo from a few years ago. When you walked on the court, they'd beat half their teams just by their confidence. So, you know, I think we have a lot of good players returning, and I think that we can make a really solid team this year.
Let's talk about this returning team. You have like 6 significant players who either started or had experience for you. You have a significant amount of people who earned their letter. Tell us a little bit about this 2014 team.
We do have a lot of players that are returning. It'll be one of those things. I didn't think that we were going to be very young this year because I think that we had a lot of returning players. But along with our returning players, such as Montana Watts and Ashley Martin and Sam Thompson and Jordan Kiley and Jill Duffin and Caitlin Bryant, we have a whole bunch. But we also have a bunch of younger kids coming in. I mean, I'm looking at 3 sophomores and a freshman right now that are potentially going to have a lot to do with our success this year.
A lot of times you hope maybe a sophomore will have major impact. Let's talk about Montana Watts, Defensive Player of the Year as a sophomore. She's only going to get better. Yep,
that's a plan. I mean, she's so funny. She's probably one of the quirkiest players I've ever coached before, but her lightheartedness keeps the team from getting too stressed out, and she's so solid. I mean, she is completely. I always know which Montana is going to show up. I mean, she prepares herself well every day. She plays more mature than she really is, or no, she plays older than she really is. How's that? She's not immature, but I'm really looking for big things from her during her junior year.
As you take a look at this upcoming season and you take a look at the schedule, and preferably the district schedule, where do you see the challenges coming from this year?
Oh, everyone. I mean, it is truly going to be. I was talking to the Plano West coach the other day, and it's going to be war. I mean, it's going to be Hebron's pretty strong. Plano lost in the regional finals last year. We were upset early on, but that's not an indicator of where we're going to be this year. Plano West is always strong. Allen's going to be very strong. So, you know, I don't think there might be one team that you can say, okay, there's going to be one team that we definitely have a win against. But after that, I mean, it's going to be a battle every single Tuesday and every single Friday.
With that much talent in the district and the bullseye on your back, as you said, you communicate to your players, hey, you really can't take a night off.
Oh, and I think that they had the same type of district last year. Our district is just twice as big now. I mean, we had 5 teams in our district last year, and then we have 6 teams, and then 9 this year. And so we start, our first district game is on the last weekend, the last Tuesday of August, and it's going to be right out of the chute, and it's really going to be who shows up. I mean, if you don't show up, there's a very strong possibility that even the best team could not make playoffs this year. So it's the district championships up for grabs, and we'll see. I mean, it's all about who comes prepared.
Coach, thank you for your time. We look forward to talking to you again. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Kelly Arbabi, the head volleyball coach at McKinney Boyd. Johnny B, and you are watching MISD Sports Talk.